Hello, my name is Tari. Today is the 13th day of September 2022. I'm here to share what I learned in our MCGI Bible study held on the 12th of September via Zoom. From the question asked, why are there natural disasters that affect man? We got to understand that men face these natural disasters, the pandemic, and all the evil that are happening today as a result of disobedience, as a result of disobeying God's commandments. According to Deuteronomy chapter 28 from verse 15 down to 25, the Bible lists out the curses that will befall man once they fail to hearken to the commandments of the Lord. So, natural disasters and all that happen to man happen as the result of disobedience to God. The Bible records in Malachi chapter 3 verse 7 that from the days of our fathers we have gone away from God, that we should return, and God will also return to us. So we should return to observe the commandments of God, to do His will, and then we will be able to be free from these natural disasters. And another way, the only way of eradicating this is Christ coming and then restoring the whole world to what is supposed to be during His 1,000-year reign. Why do people die? The Bible records in 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 16 that it's only God that is immortal and cannot die. And then in Hebrews chapter 9 verse 27, we are made to understand that men have appointments with death. God has appointed for man once to die. So we die because there is God and God has made it so. It clearly proves to us that there is somebody that is greater than us. So our death teaches us to be prepared. It teaches us that we will face judgment one day. Acts chapter 17 verse 31 says that God has appointed a day to judge the world in righteousness. And we have to die in order to face the judgment. The death and resurrection of Christ teaches us that one day we will die. We will also resurrect to face judgment. Man has no power over the spirit to even retain the spirit. That is to tell us that we are helpless without God. So our death tells us that there is one that has power over us all. And God cannot lie. God cannot lie. We also understand from scriptures that to worship God in the beauty of His holiness is to worship God in a spiritual way of worship. Romans chapter 12 verse 1 to 2 charge us not to be conformed to this world, but be renewed, be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So our spiritual worship to God is to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, which is acceptable to God. We must be in conflict with the world in order to serve God in righteousness. God is never far from any one of us. Acts chapter 17 verse 27 confirms that God is always near us and never far away from us. However, we have a duty to seek Him. John chapter 2 verse 24 says that God knows all men. God feels our own passion and emotions, and He feels our being. God is not far from us, but we have to seek Him. It's just that we are the ones that have taken the path that are taking us far from God. So we have to return to God to seek Him, and we will always feel Him. Thanks be to God.